Good morning, fellow Plexers. Today's video goes out to Dachia in the Plex Pals Facebook support group. So, she has a Mac Mini as a server that her and her brother use. They use their laptops as client devices. And yesterday, both her and her brother had playback issues. They were getting an error described as playback error. So, it's been determined through the thread that they are using the web app on their laptops. I don't know which OS, whether it's Chrome or whether it's Safari or how they're doing it, but this is just an overall reminder that the web app is meant to maintain your server, add libraries, fix shows that didn't add right, add custom metadata like posters and that kind of thing. It's not designed to be a player app. So right now, I'm at Plex's main support article URL that lists all the individual support articles. And if we drop down to player apps and platforms, this is for Dachia to understand better what she needs to do. If you have a Fire TV or an Android TV device, you download the Plex client app through that system's app store. If you have an Android mobile phone, you download the Plex client app through Google Play Store. Now, both the Android and the iOS mobile apps have a one-time $5 US fee attached to them. That's not a subscription, and that furthers app development on the mobile platforms. If you have an Apple TV device, you download the Plex client app through their app store. I just spoke about iOS with Android. If you have an NVIDIA Shield, which is really Google TV or Android TV, you download the Plex Android TV / Google TV app from the Google Play Store on that device. I don't have a PlayStation, but there's an app for that too that you download through their ecosystem. This is not what you should be using, the Plex web app. Roku, you download the Plex app in their ecosystem and sign in. Well, on a laptop or a PC, you either use the Plex HTPC client app, or if you want the same interface as the web app, you grab the Plex Player app. It has the same great engine that this has. Dachia, the problem you're having is the web app doesn't have a player engine in it, and it depends on what's built into the web browser to play video. It's optimized for streams from sites like YouTube, not for any type of media you might have on your Plex server. So it's really easy to get installed. You search for Plex downloads. If you're using Google Chrome, this will be your top hit. You click into it. This is Plex's site. By default, it's going to have the Plex Media Server tab highlighted. You click the Plex tab. It's going to auto detect your operating system. So I'm running Linux, and that's what's here. So you click the down arrow, and you go down and find Plex HTPC, and you click on your ecosystem, Linux, Windows, or Mac. So in your case, you click on Mac, and all you need to be able to do is to install programs under Mac. I've never touched a Mac laptop or computer in my life. I gave up Windows in 2006. I have a test Windows Plex server I can start at any time, and I'm a Linux guy now. But you download the file, get it installed, and then you sign into it like you would any other Plex client app. So here's the HTPC client app under Linux. So it just starts and it's keyboard driven. The arrow keys navigate. Let me find my test server on my older Synology NAS and go to the 4K section. So if I wanted to start this movie, this is a 4K movie encoded with AV1, which means not every client app's going to play it. Definitely not the web browser. If I click into it and play, it just plays here. So that's my test. Let me bring the web app up. And this is just signed in at app.plex.tv. Oh, and so the HTPC client app is keyboard driven. The arrow keys navigate, the enter key selects, and the backspace key backs you up. Just like if you were holding a Fire Stick or Roku remote. The D-pad navigates, the select key in the center selects, and the back key backs you up. And if you keep backing up, you exit the program. Very easy to use. All right, so here's the web app. So this is where I would want to manage servers. So here's this test server. I have multiple test servers running. And if I go down to the libraries and enter the 4K library, here's that same AV1 file, 4K. You see how it started right up under the real client device and it's struggling to start here? Nothing wrong with my computer. It's a 12th gen i9 system. I've got 32 gigs of RAM. The OS is installed on an SSD. Fast system. But the web browser, Chrome web browser, which I happen to like and enjoy, does not have all the media codecs needed to play all the files. So this did start up eventually. But it's definitely not the same experience here, where it starts right up. So that's your issue. You're using the web browser, and you need the client app for your operating system. And if you're in love with this interface because that's all you used, well, get the Plex desktop version for Mac OS, and I'll start that also. Where is it here? So this has the same interface as the web app. They're identical. So I'm going to find that same video, the 4K AV1. Now they may look different because depending where I left this zoom feature. This will play just as fast under this Plex Player app because it has the same great engine as the HTPC client app. But this looks identical to the web app. So if you're in love with that interface, this is the app to get. And again, you just download it and get it installed on your Mac laptop. So I hope that clears up any confusion. No one should ever use the web app for regular media playback unless you have the most compatible media in the world. H.264 encoded, fairly low bit rate, easy to stream stuff. And there's differences in the audio portion of the container file for the movie or an episode, so that needs to be widely compatible too. Just don't use the web app. Thanks for watching and happy plexing.